All right, I am live. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I am here to do a reading for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or anybody else who happens to come across this video. It is my intention that there is something in here for everyone, and my readings are also timeless, so whenever you catch this is the right time for you. And, Kitty. As soon as I start my video, she starts getting into stuff. I don't know what the deal is. No, you need to go away. Go away. One of my boxes for my cards has a little ribbon, and she comes and wants to like play with that ribbon, even though she has all kinds of toys all around the house. That one box with that one ribbon. Anyway, yeah, so here we are. I've chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and then I will be clarifying with some other decks. And I have also let the universe choose a song, and the title of your song is Fuzz. And I've had to sit with this one for a little bit. And I looked at the lyrics, and ultimately it's kind of feeling like there's something in your life, there's something that you're dealing with that feels a little fuzzy, like you don't have clarity around something. And it could be something that you're fixated on, that you realize that you need to have some kind of moderation around this thing, or around the way that you are thinking about it or showing up around it. Let's dive into the cards. I'll explain a little more. We have Message in a Bottle in protection position, which is about potentially seeing the red flags but ignoring them, or even not seeing the red flags, but you have this sense that something's off, something's not quite right, but you're not totally clear on what that is. But that ultimately what you need to do is trust your gut, trust your intuition, that if something feels a little off, it probably is. It's probably something that requires a little bit of examination, investigation, to gain the clarity that you need. Because ultimately, you want to attain that inner peace, that feeling of not being attached to an outcome. Probably you've been missing the red flags because you want something. You want something enough that you're kind of ignoring the feelings. You're ignoring the signs. And this is you kind of getting to that place where you're like, you're stepping back, you're trusting in your higher power, in divine timing, that if something isn't working out for you, that there's probably a reason for it, that it may not be meant for you, or if it is, just not at this time. And so you want to find this, peaceful, happy place within yourself where you're just like, you know what, all's good. I'm just going to focus on my life, focus on my happiness, and wait and see, ultimately. And then we have a leg up in protection position, which speaks to there's kind of this sense of you not being open to getting help from others, thinking that you have to figure this out alone by yourself. And this card is saying that, in fact, there are people who want to help you, who are there to help you, who can give you a different perspective than the one that you currently have. And by opening yourself up to them, allowing yourself to be vulnerable ultimately. And this can be a little disconcerting. It can be a little scary to allow yourself to be vulnerable. But there's actually strength in vulnerability, because then you're being authentic, and you're allowing people to come in and be like, okay, have you tried looking at it this way? Or have you tried doing this thing? It's allowing people to help you gives you that boost that you need. It's going to help give you some kind of clarity that's going to bring you to this place of peace where you're not attached to an outcome. You're not attached to some kind of desire. So, okay, yeah, and the fuzz, like, it's going to help somebody in your life is going to help bring you clarity, but you got to open up to it. You got to ask. You allow yourself to be vulnerable. So, let's look at the good tarot and see what it has to say about this. Queen of Earth. I mean, she's very resourceful. The Queen of Earth is she's connected to others, and she's able to provide a lot of value to others. She's willing to share her resources, and others share their resources with her. And she's very good at using the resources that she has available to her. Also, a lot of integrity, very grounded. And I'm feeling like this is kind of the energy that you're being asked to embody. That by getting grounded within yourself, by being vulnerable, being authentic, that allows you to be in your integrity. And it's seeing what's around you. With message in a bottle, it's about the universe sending you messages all the time, and learning to be open to them, become aware of them, and to use those messages. And sometimes those messages do come through your intuition, that gut feeling, a hunch that you get. But it can be, all kinds of different signs, and starting to open up to that, because that is a part of the resources that you have available to you to gain this clarity that you need. Seven of Earth, because you have some kind of, it's time for you to make a decision. You're at a crossroads. You have not wanted to move forward for some reason, and that's why you've been ignoring the red flags. You've been not seeing the signs because you've been so hyper focused on something that you really want. And there hasn't been moderation within that. And by getting grounded, being open to the messages, the resources, it's going to help you make the decision that's correct for you, that ultimately is going to move you in a new direction that's so much better for you. And strength. Yeah. This is you pulling on your inner strength, understanding that you have the ability to make the correct decision for yourself. But also, she's kind of holding on to the lion. She's leaning on the lion. She's almost being led by the lion. And it's about understanding that your strength comes not just from yourself, but from the people around you who are there to assist you, to give you the advice, the encouragement, the support that you could really use in this situation right now in making this decision. So let's go with the Oracle Tarot. Oracle Tarot next. So weird. I have this weird ear thing going on. Everything was fine, and then I sat down to this reading, and suddenly my ear plugged up. Don't know if you have something going on with your ears. Some kind of something. Fuzzy. Yeah, it feels a little fuzzy. That's so weird. We have pause and observation. Needing to step back from situation and really observe the what's going on, the facts, the seeing the signs, trusting your intuition, and following that thread, following the truth. This stepping back is really going to help you. And test of courage. That's so interesting because of getting strength as well. But my crazy cat. Potentially moving in this new direction. It's stepping into the unknown, and that can so often feel intimidating, even scary. It requires change, and not too many of us really enjoy change, really embrace it wholeheartedly. We want what we want, and needing to make this new decision, move in a new direction, is, even though you know you need to, you don't want to. And so it's like, okay, I'm gonna go. But kind of scared. Don't know what's coming. There's a sense of feeling concerned of some kind of conflict. Fives typically represent conflict and change, and you're in this place of not wanting to have to deal with something, some kind of conflict. But in order to move on, you have to. Oh my God. Okay, but then we have new love energy, and this is where you're moving towards. This is the new phase in your life because of taking the time to pause, observe what's going on, to ultimately release your attachment to whatever you're coming from. Allows you to move to this new place. Oh my God. Yeah, she's insane. She knows when I start a reading to just get into everything that she possibly can. And she was laying so quietly, so happily, not doing anything. And now she's just, oh my God. Okay. Here we are. Sorry for the sounds and the disturbance. Yeah, a new beginning, a new emotional beginning that, though at first felt walking away, you were afraid, you were dealing with some fear, you were like, I don't know, it's actually really good. And you're going to be like, oh, okay, I did do the right thing. I did make the right decision. And this falls on strength and a leg up. So this could speak to somebody in your life who comes in because you're making this decision, this new choice, going in this new direction. Someone who's there to provide some kind of wisdom, a new perspective. Somebody that you didn't know before, but they show up and they're like, I mean, if you're single, It could be a new romantic partner coming in. You're releasing the old partner that just wasn't showing up for you in the way you needed, and you were hanging on, really didn't want to let that person go, but then you discovered, like, okay, something doesn't feel right. I'm not totally sure about this. And then you follow the thread and you discover, okay, this person actually really isn't in their integrity, isn't supporting me. And so then by moving to away from them to that peaceful place, that allows this new person to come in. But even, it doesn't have to be romantic. The new love energy. Love can be anybody who helps you feel good about yourself. It could be even love for yourself. Love for yourself. As you build that in yourself, you act like a magnet and attract in people who reflect that back to you, which is awesome. Okay, so let's look at Wisdom of Avalon. Wealth. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure this card came up in your last reading. This new cycle that you're beginning, because you're walking away, you're allowing something to close out, you're getting to this place of peace. The wealth is coming in. It's a natural byproduct. And this isn't just financial wealth, although it certainly could be, but it's the wealth of love and resources that are around you. Maybe this is just you becoming aware of what's actually there. Itchy nose. You're opening up to all the amazing things that are around you. All of your resources, you're seeing them now and understanding how to use them to your benefit. Yay! Communication. Learning to communicate what is most important to you, what you really need, what you really want. Maybe you weren't doing that in the past because you wanted something so badly that you were putting yourself aside in favor of someone else's desires. And this is now coming to that place of telling it like it is. How you feel, what you want, saying goodbye to somebody or something if you need to. And anyone new coming in or anyone who's already there, who's there to help you, it's about communicating your needs, being like, okay, I need help here. What do I do? What do I do? And, people want to help you, but they don't know unless you tell them, I'm a hawk. Omens and messages. Yeah. Becoming open and aware of the messages the universe is sending you in all the different forms, including the new person or people showing up in your life. Yeah. Okay, this just keeps getting better and better. Let's see what Osho Zen has to say. You're starting this new cycle. You're definitely going to be, and it's going to be amazing. Moment to moment. My eyes is immediately drawn to the peace card. Being in the moment, taking one step at a time. I don't know if you can see, his eyes are kind of focused on the future, but his awareness is on the step that he's on right now. He knows he's going somewhere, but it's all about It's all about each step, because each step is important in getting you to your this next phase. And the Fool, that's funny because I just thought that's looking at this, I was like, he kind of reminds me of the Fool, like being in the moment. Yeah, we get the Fool. And this is what you want to embody. This is a new beginning, and understanding that yes, you don't know what's going to happen. You are facing the unknown. But there's something so beautiful. Like, he's totally unconcerned. He's just like focusing on the flowers, and probably he's not going to fall. Probably, some like giant bird is going to swoop by and and catch him just as he steps off. Like, being the Fool is trusting, being in the moment, being willing to take that leap of faith to something so amazing. And there's really this sense of your intuition is feeding you the information you need in order to move forward. If not confidently, at least with trust and faith that it's going to work out. Compromise. Um, I'm feeling like this has to do with you compromising. Okay, let me think about this. That you've been in this place where you felt like you needed to figure something out all on your own. And coming out of that, there's a sense of needing, you need to make yourself vulnerable. It feels like a compromise to open yourself up, to ask for help, to make yourself vulnerable enough to get someone else's perspective, to let them know that, yes, please, can I have some advice, some assistance, whatever that is. It's interesting though, because looking at this picture, these two figures do not look particularly happy. They're connected, but they're like, ugh. I feel like this might be where you're coming from. That you were compromising yourself and what you really wanted. You were compromising, making compromises for someone else, disregarding your own intuition. And it kept you stuck. Their pinkies are touching. But look at those faces. They are not happy. I think this is coming out of a situation where you just weren't happy. You and another person, other people, and you were ignoring the red flags because maybe you felt like you had to be loyal to someone, that somehow you were connected, so you couldn't walk away, something like that. And I've said this in a reading before, but the Osho Zen often comes out in reverse, comes out backwards to the regular cards, because I think this is where you are coming from. This is what you're embodying as you come out of that, so that you can move towards this new beginning. Yes. All right, where are we at? All right, let's look at the Spirit Animal Oracle. Spirit Animal Oracle, what do you have to say to us? Horse Spirit, freedom is yours. Yeah. Yeah, taking back your freedom. Stepping in to your freedom. Because of listening to your intuition, becoming open to the signs. It is giving you the freedom to move forward in your life in a whole new way. Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. Yes, it is, isn't it? We don't ever really know. Life is a mystery, but ultimately all we can do is take things one step at a time, move forward into the unknown, knowing there will always be a step, the next step that you're going to step down on. You're not going to fall off the cliff, most likely. Be open to the mystery. Be excited. Be curious. Yes, it takes courage. Yes, there's going to be fear. That's okay. Fear is normal. Fear will come up. And you acknowledge the fear. You don't want to push it away. It's there for a reason. It's coming from a part of ourselves that wants to protect us, ultimately. You acknowledge the fear. You thank that part of yourself for trying to protect you, and then you take the next step anyway. And Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Yeah. It's time to start something new. And how do you do that? You lay a solid foundation, brick by brick. This new beginning is going to be something that's long lasting. And it's going to be something that you have someone else, you have other people to rely on to help you build that foundation. Having strength, this is you building a strong foundation with someone else. And building a foundation because you are connected to your higher power, to your understanding that this new direction you're going in is exactly right for you, is what you need to be doing. And you're being led to this amazing new beginning. All right, there it is. I'm going to call that good. It's good. We've got the unknown. We've got a new beginning, but it's going to be so good. I think you're going to end up feeling very happy and fulfilled. So, yes, I wish you well on this journey. And thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe.